playing and take off these glasses. It's actually making my eyes worse. So, how y'all doing? So I wanted to welcome you to Natalie's Surgical Diaries, okay? Breast cancer class. Why I want to do this is because through no fault of anybody's, and I'm getting a lot of comments like, oh, another one? Oh, I didn't know you had another one. Oh my gosh, Natalie, why so many? Or, girl, you know, really love you, but like, when is this going to stop? You know, how many more do you got to go? I love you all, and I'm not criticizing anybody at all, because you know what? How could you keep up? How could you? I can barely keep up myself. So, I thought I'd go down to my, I'm in pain right now, so if I wince, it's just because I'm not feeling the greatest right now, but I had to do this. Went down to my filing cabinet where I have my surgical folder, because I keep track of all my surgeries. And I wrote down for you guys on chart. I don't know if you can see it, but if not, I'm going to go through them anyways. So you know what I've gone through as far as my surgeries and why there are so many. And no, it's not elective. I don't choose to be in this position. I don't choose to go under the knife every time, every couple months, every 5-6 months. I don't choose to have to go through the pain of recovery, the pain of seeing my children, you know, wondering when mommy's going to be okay, and seeing them see me in pain. No, I don't like that. No, I don't like putting people out to come and help me and take care of me and drive my kids to and from. And I know y'all, you know, don't mind, and you say you don't mind, and I appreciate that. You all know who you are. I so appreciate that. But I was given this journey. It's part of my story, and I'm not going to take it away. I'm going to keep walking along this journey until it's done, because I'm not trying to let cancer beat me, and I'm not trying to deny what God has given me, because whether it's good or bad, we don't say anything to God or complain to God, or sometimes we don't even thank God when the good blessings come. So why should we criticize or curse God when the bad blessings come? And I call them blessings because I've learned a lot from my experiences with this breast cancer. I really love how I feel inside because of what I have gone through and what I have learned. So nonetheless, get ready for class, y'all. Okay? And oh, I also wanted to say that this is also for those who have, that might not have been following me from the beginning on social or what have you. People I've met over the last 10 years. You might not know what I've gone through previous to meeting you, but I'm going to let you know now. And yeah, just to let you know what's been my story. So let's go ahead, okay? And it might seem a little Confucius, confusing, but you will understand the chronological order of things once I go through them, okay? Did I say that right? So let's proceed, shall we? So my son was born, Quentin. He was born 10 years ago, September 11, 2007. So I usually nurse my kids for about 5 years. So 5 years, wouldn't that be Leslie? Hello. Yeah, no, not 5 years, usually for about 5-6 months. So with Quentin, there was just something saying, you know what, I'm tired of this baby hanging off my breast, because he also really only loved one breast, the left side. And it was tiring. It was coming close to Christmas. We've got the 2 other kids. One was 8, one was 3, Paris and Morgan. And I was just tired. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to wean him early. So come February, I stopped nursing. And actually December I stopped nursing. And by February, your breasts start going down. Okay. Well, not by February, but you know, months later, your breasts start going back down to normal. So for me, it was in February. I was in the shower and I felt a lump. Went for a mammogram and ultrasound. They both came back saying, nothing. Okay, ladies, don't let, just because the mammogram and ultrasound says nothing, they're not always conclusive. So I said, you know what, this is not nothing. I can actually tug and pull this guinep. Anybody from the islands know what a guinep is? It was like that size. And you could feel it. It just felt like hard on the inside and kind of squishy on the outside, but under my skin. I was like, this is not nothing. Doctor, send me to another doctor, okay? I need another opinion. So I'll poke my eye out here. So that was, so August 2008. That doctor, the specialist, said, you know what, I'll take it out. So I saw her probably 6 months prior. She said, let's wait a little while and see what happens. Went and took it out, August 2008, right breast lumpectomy. They found ductal carcinoma in situ, which is early stage breast cancer. Mine was high grade aggressive growing. So had it not been found when it did, by me and by the doctor, then I might not be here talking to you right now. And then September 2008, right breast subcutaneous mastectomy, add tissue expander. So they did the subcutaneous mastectomy. For all that don't know what that is, they leave your nipple, they go in behind and take out 95% of your breast tissue, leaving you with the nipple so that you can rebuild with your own nipple. Most mastectomies, they take away completely everything. But because mine was such an early stage and an earlier type of cancer, or the doctor thought, you know what, you leave 5% of your breast, you're fine. The 5% is so that your nipple can survive. It needs slight tissue supply, tissue to hold the blood supply. So I decided to do that. Okay, and the reason why I did that, as opposed to just taking out extra tissue, is because after the lumpectomy, I had an MRI, and around the area where the lump was taken out, there were some suspicious areas that showed other spots that could turn into DCIS. And so the doctor said, Natalie, instead of waiting to see if it turns into something, we can either go and take out more tissue around the spot where we took out, or you can have the mastectomy. So of course, she's like, talk to your husband and come back. I was like, I don't need to talk to my husband. This is my body, my breast, says, let's just do this. So she had scheduled me in for the mastectomy, September 2008. Third surgery, November 2008, the right breast exchange. Oh, they also put a tissue expander in when they did the mastectomy, sorry. So November 2008, right breast exchange expander for implant. So now they put a tissue expander in, and then you'd go for outpatient visits where they just insert saline solution into that expander and stretch your skin little by little. So I've had 3 visits, so they just kind of stretch your skin slowly, because when you have mastectomy, they take it right down, right? So they did the release. They did the right breast exchange a tissue expander for the implant. So after the expander stretched out my skin, I had the surgery in November, which they took out the expander and put in the implant. Okay, so November 2008, my 4th surgery, right breast, release of hematoma and a blood transfusion. Why that was because once the implant was in, within a week, my breast started to get like triple the size, and black and blue and hard and painful. I had to be rushed back into surgery. And what was happening was that my body was totally rejecting the implant and forming a hematoma. So blood collection and fluid towards the wound area. And then that fluid turns into clots, if you will. So some of it's clotty, some of it's very runny. So they had to cut me open, take that out, drain the fluid. I lost a lot of blood. They had to do a blood transfusion. Close me up, send me home. So now then I progressed and I healed and I was doing okay. So now I decided that I wanted to do the other side. Close the door, get the dog out of here.
Okay.
I'm busy. Bye. That was Quentin. Let me see. What surgery are we at? Left breast. I decided to do left breast while we're at it, because I said, this happened on one side, I'm not going to sit here and wait for it to happen on the other side. Not that that is what statistics show, but that is what Natalie would worry about for the rest of her life. So March 2009, we started the process again with the left breast. So left breast, subcutaneous mastectomy. After the mastectomy happened, the doctor there was complications with my nipple. So when I woke up, I thought I'd have my nipple, and I did have my nipple, but I thought I'd have the tissue expander in so I can proceed with the next stage of the reconstruction. But she almost lost my nipple, so she had to close me up and not put the tissue expander in. So that's what it says, no tissue expander. So March 2009, left breast, this is the 5th surgery, subcutaneous mastectomy, six surgeries. September 2009, left breast insert tissue expander. So we had to do this step in a separate surgery. Okay, so once again, I had to go for 3 visits to add the saline solution to stretch out the skin in preparation for the next surgery, which was to take out the tissue expander. And 7th surgery, April 2010, left breast, exchange tissue expander for implants. All right, so within a week, again, in April 2018, same thing happened. I formed a hematoma, blood collection, breast got triple the size. They had to rush me back in, release the hematoma, and give me a blood transfusion once again. That was surgery number 8. All right, and then, let me see. Oh, I put 2018 here. It was 2010. Anyway, so 2011, surgery number 9. So just due to all the surgeries, the breast formed scar tissue, and it was becoming very tight and hard and like squeezing the implant like this. So what was happening was my implant, instead of being round, was being oval and was very painful. So the doctor brought me in and she did bilateral, both sides release of the capsular contractor. That's what that's called. I've become quite medical, you know, I use my medical terminologies and stuff. So they did a bilateral release of the capsular contractor, and that was surgery number 9. And that didn't work so much. So we waited a little bit, 2012. Again, same thing, very painful. Doctor did some research. She decided that she was going to do the same thing again, release of the capsular contractor. That was in 2012, bilateral. But this time she exchanged the implants for a rough surface implant, because I guess there's been studies that if the surface on the outside of the foreign body is rough, the body will think that it's a normal part of the body, a normal organ, if you will, and won't try to attack it and reject it. So that didn't work so much. And so love that doctor. She tried numerous surgeries to get me to normal breast form and shape and condition. Bless her heart, and I thank her for that. But she didn't even know what to do. She was traveling all over the world, going to different, not just for me, but going to different seminars, trying to see what, you know, they're doing over in Europe, where they're all shapely and, you know, got all kind of, you know, nice breasts, and, you know, their tummies are flat and their butts are big and everything. So perhaps, you know, they might know what to do to help, you know, poor old me over here in Toronto. So anyway, she came back. She's like, girlfriend, I can't help you. I'm going to send you to another doctor who can. It's the only doctor in Ontario that does a certain procedure, and I'm going to send you to her. So this, now we are in surgery number 11, March 2014. I'm now seeing a doctor at St. Michael's who does a procedure using human cadaver tissue. And what she had to do was build muscle again, fake muscle. But the way she did it was by using the human cadaver tissue to add it to the muscle that I did have, to form a hammock of sorts, so that it can hold the implant and try to start the process of rebuilding that she's now going to do. So 11th surgery, March 2014, bilateral release of pectoral muscle, add alloderm, that was the human cadaver tissue, and add new implants, smaller CCs. So she thought maybe if the implants were a little bit smaller, that, you know, we might not have so much scar tissue buildup. And what else? She had to release, the pectoral muscle, so release the scar tissue from the muscle. So surgery number 12. So this procedure that she did is a 3-step procedure. So 11, 12, and 13. So the 12th one, April 2015, bilateral fat graft from my buttocks to my breast. So I got a nice butt lift after all the bruisings, maybe 4 or 5 months of bruising under my butt. But it's okay. I got a butt lift. And, excuse me. They added the fat to the breasts around the implants. Okay, so surgery number 13, June 2016, bilateral fat graft. from thighs to breasts. But leading into that surgery, maybe a couple months prior, I noticed that my nipple on my right side looked a little funny. It was like cracked. It's like when you're nursing, you know, it gets kind of bloody and cracked and didn't look right. And I just thought, okay, maybe I'm losing it because of the lack of blood supply to it. Because remember, there's only like 5% of tissue there and little blood supply in order to keep this nipple alive. And so I told the doctor about it. She said, okay, well, you know, when I go in to do this last surgery, so you can close this book surgery, I'll just do a biopsy and check. So I said, okay. And when I went for my follow-up a week later, she came to tell me that I have Paget's disease of the nipple. Cancer number 2. Sorry, that was that, you know, that face where you have this. Yeah, so that was what was happening, and I was shocked and I was upset and I was frustrated and I was in denial. I was all of the above and more. But I was like, okay, so what do we do about this? Because it's really just surface. So she said, well, we're going to take it off. So you're going for another surgery next week. So July, which one, where am I? Oh, yeah, July 2016 again, 14th surgery, right breast, removal of the nipple, areola, and surrounding tissue due to the nipple cancer. Where am I? Right, so then July 2016, I had complications from that surgery. I was busting open because they had to take out so much tissue, like almost like 2 inches by 4 inches of tissue and skin and everything. And then pull me back up with an implant behind it. So yeah, no, my skin wasn't having it. So I was busting open at the seams pretty much. And I was forming pressure ulcers and bleeding from within. You can poke your finger into that hole and feel the implant. So no, not a good situation. So she had to rush me back into surgery and right breast removal of the implant, tissue excision, scar revision, and then insert a tissue spacer. And at that surgery, she discovered that I had 2 lumps of DCIS had come back again, kind of hiding. And yeah, it was once again, I was like, yeah, you know, I don't even know what to say at this point. I'm like, okay, I'm not feeling very positive about things, to say the least. And I decided that it's either I'm going to let this beat me or I'm going to keep fighting. Because at this point, I think anybody would say, you know what, I give up. Lord Jesus, take the wheel. But I was like, I'm not giving up. So I was like, okay, what do we do and when do we do it? She kept me in the hospital. Sent me for surgery that night. Where are we? Surgery number 16, August 2016. Right breast, complete breast tissue and skin removal. Take off the whole breast. Again, removal, scar revision, remove tissue spacer. All right. So now we're at a whole year later because I decided, screw it, I don't want any more surgeries right now. I'm just done. I'm tired. I don't know what I want to do. You know, the tissue, the prosthetics don't do so bad. Nobody really knows unless I tell them. Melmira, thank you so much. That's a bridal boutique, bra and swimmer boutique downtown Toronto on Yonge Street. And they've been fabulous to me, providing me with brasiers and prosthetics, swimsuits, custom-made swimsuits. They just really make you feel good. And anybody that's in the situation that I am in, or even if you're not and you just want some custom-made because you have big boobies, or you have very small boobies, or you know, you just want something different than what they have at the stores, then go see Melmira, M-E-L-M-I-R-A. Okay, on. So, where were we? August 2017, right breast, latissimus. Oh, I decided that I wanted to do the reconstruction after all. I waited a year, and the only reconstruction that was left to me was to use my LD muscle. So you know that muscle when you're doing this in the gym. Oh, I still got muscles. Look, I haven't worked out in like over a year and I still got it. Anyways, never mind me. That muscle, when you're doing those lat pull downs and you get like big back here, that muscle there. We can do without it, actually, so I've learned. And so that's a muscle that they like to use because it's big enough that they can use enough of it to cut some of it. The muscle, fat, tissue, and skin, they cut about like a diamond shape, a nice good size. They bring it through a tunnel through underneath your arm and they place it right here. Start to form a breast. So this was reconstruction starting all over again. So for those who keep asking me what's happening, I thought you were done after the cancer came back. Yeah, I was done for a year and that's why you didn't hear anything about it. But then I was like, well, why am I going to let this bleep, sorry, that's B-I-T-C-H, of cancer beat me? No, I'm not going to let that happen. I'm going to push on. I'm going to fight on. And I'm going to do what I need to do because I'm a young woman and I think I'm a pretty damn good looking woman and I like my body and I like to look like a woman, womanly. Although without a breast I was still womanly, and although for all women that don't have breasts are still womanly, but for me and my own personal experience, and that's what people have to realize, it's not about what everybody else is doing, but it's about what I want to do. And as I said before, your experience is only relevant to you. You only know what you know. You know what you've gone through. You don't know what somebody else has gone through. Where am I? Yeah, so August of 2017, my 17th surgery where we took the latissimus dorsi and brought it around to the front. 18th surgery was in January of 2018, the right breast mound revision. So she had to fix up the, ugly looking breast and do fat grafting. So they took fat from my inner thighs. Yes, I'm getting liposuction. All right, so they took and bruised the hell out of my thighs because with liposuction, if anybody hasn't had it, you don't know, but liposuction might be only in a small area, but it bruises up the whole of your leg. Upper thigh, front thigh, all the way down to past your knee. And it stays for months. I'm still bruised from my surgery in January. And then now I had surgery last week and now I'm double bruised. So surgery number 19 was just last week, as I said. And yes, I'm sitting up and I'm doing well. No, I lie. I'm not really doing that well because I have herniated disc in my back and it's pinching my sciatic nerve to my right leg. So that is actually causing me more grief than anything else. But as far as the breast cancer reconstruction surgery has gone from last week, I'm doing well from that. No pain here because I don't even have any nerves and blood vessels and all that to really feel pain. My leg bruising, I guess my legs are so bruised all to hell that they don't feel anything anymore either. So, so that was that. That's what my Natalie's Surgical Diaries breast cancer version is about. And I just schooled all y'all on what I've been going through. And yeah, I don't say woe is me, y'all. I do not. Because like I said, I've learned a lot. I've become a better person. I've learned to let certain things go out of my life. Yeah, I can still be a mother of pearl. I can still be one of those. Because it's never fun when you're going through recovery, the pain, right? And you can't do the things you want to do. You can't, help those who you want to help. My kids, my husband. I can't, clean my house and do all the things I want to do. But I know that, within a couple of weeks I'll be back to myself and be doing more things like the walk a mile in my shoes. If you haven't seen the pictures and the stuff on my social media about it, please go and have a look. And so what I do with that before I go is that I help women that are suffering the here and now financial effects of breast cancer, meaning they're going through breast cancer diagnosis and they're not working, they're going through treatment, and they may be lacking in some funds and might need a little help. So I offer either, pay for some transportation to the hospital to go to your treatments, pay a medical bill or two, pay for some groceries, so get a gift card to a grocery store that you choose. What else? I just did a day at the spa. Hell, sometimes you don't have financial problems and you just want to take a break. And you just want to go and sit back and get your nails done and your hair did. You want to get a little massage and you want to take your mind off the fact that you're going through all this treatment. I'm here and I want to help. And I'm going to continue to go and push forward to the end of my reconstruction so that I could be in a better position to continue to help women. I'm doing it now, but there's so much more on the horizon for me in High Heel Diaries. So also, I have 2 more surgeries to go, and we will, please everybody say a prayer that it really is only 2 more surgeries to go to complete this reconstructive process. So they should be by May-ish, sometime next year, May-ish, hopefully, I should be done. On that note, the doctor also on this last surgery had taken out a suspicious lump on my left breast because I had felt something, because I've gotten into the habit of that, feel it on the first, but I feel it on the first and the second and a third and a fourth and not so often, but I feel a lot. And I did feel something suspicious and it wasn't going away. So this is on the left breast, the breast that has been good for a while now. A ultrasound had said that it's maybe just fibrous tissue or fatty tissue with a cyst inside. But to be on the safe side, because of my history, the doctor took it out, and so she'll be doing some pathology on that. So when I go for my follow-up next week, I should have some answers to that. So let's keep prayers and well wishes for me, please. So I want to thank everybody for watching and for just being here with me. I know I've taken a lot of pain medication. Well, not a lot of pain medication, but medication for my pain control. So it can make me a little bit loopy. So thanks for putting up with my silliness. But please follow me on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. And please visit my website, please. There's a lot of information there, highheeldiaries.com. And don't forget, heel is with E and A, H-E-A-L. Not the regular high heel, but H-E-A-L for healing. Okay? Take care and peace.